Okay, let's go over wall generals. Very annoying ad. Currently, I have a Savage, and my assistant is Billy Marshall. I will show you all the details of both. Let me turn off the sound. Reason I have the sound on is I usually only have it on during battlefields or SVS. That way I can hear an attack about to start or a rally. Okay, so let's first go to Massavage. Massavage has Thebes on. Thebes is a really good, strong dragon for the wall. He's basically a defensive wall dragon until you possibly can get one in All-Stars. As you can see, I obviously need to fix the refining because I don't know why everything isn't mounted. That's the cool thing when you're looking at items over and over and over again like this. You'll actually see things that need to be improved. Okay, on the wall, General's gear. I have Perithian gear across the board. That's the upgraded gear from the RK gear. And you basically want to make sure that you get the full gear on the wall general. That way you get the extra 18%, or ever how many percent that you can have on it. So it's either a full Civ gear, such as the Koriko, the RK gear, or the full Perithian. I selected the axe for my wall general so that I get siege machine attack as well as in-ground city defense, and then the debuff on the ground and range HP. All my gear currently has a flat debuff for the mounted, being I do have a large amount of the T1 mounted. So I have the dominant Prithian armor, and that gives me decent buffs and debuffs. The Prithian boots, the dominant Prithian helmet, the dominant Prithian leg armor, and the majestic Prithian ring. Okay, with Massavage, it helps a lot with the in-city mounted troops as well as the in-city range. So when you have a general such as this, which is strong in one thing, you want to make sure that your assistant general is strong in something else. And I have the mounted as my skill books. And my specialty is done across the line, including the new battle tested, I have to 100%. That way it gives me an extra debuff and all those additional buffs. Okay, my assistant general on the wall is William Marshall, or as I call him, Billy Marshall. The reason I selected him is because he helps me with in-ground troops, mounted, ranged, and siege, which is vitally important, being Massageage lacked ground and siege. So basically, you want to make sure that on the wall you're looking at everything across the board. So that's who I have on my wall. My current troop details. I'm trying to stay from being too heavy on the upper tiers currently. My buffs are pretty good, but the higher troops have higher point loss within a SVS. I do have the large number of the T13 and T14 calves so that I can do monster rallies for the Alliance. I also have enough siege to do a... It's not really large big siege because I don't have the T15s, but it's a T14, 13, 12 siege, as well as I have enough T11 siege to do a siege bomb. My presets. Actually, I'm going to update this one. I currently have Forkbeard on there as my general from my first one, because that was my temple during SVS. But my first rally is my 1T1 ground, so that I can just send something quick for the rallies, just for the I'm joining another rally. Because if you only send usually 1T1 ground, that troop will either die or, well, not so much die, but be wounded on a rally. And so that you can, if you're sending stuff back, if your alliance mates are sending back rallies, you can be in more rallies over time if you don't send the general. Yes, you lose out on the doubles that you possibly could get every once in a while, but you'll find over time, if you just do 1T1, you can be in twice or if not 3 times the number of rallies in a day, thereby bringing in more than if you're have to wait for your troops to basically walk across the server. Okay, so 2 is my PvP range. I have Subutai and Godfrey. Oh, what's this? Skills. Like I was saying before, this is actually one of the cool things when you're looking at stuff over and over and over again, you catch things that you miss the first couple times that you look through. Whenever you see a gray skill book, that means those skill books don't match when you have it matched up with Subutai. So I'm going to have to go through and find a new skill book for him to replace that. For my PvP, I have both Russian subs as well as Japan subs. So being I do have a mixture of the two, on attacks, I only send the Japan subs because Japan's give a bonus on attack, whereas Russia's give buffs for defense. So by not sending the Russias, if I would in fact be hit as I'm attacking, I would still have the Russian debuffs available to me, thereby helping me ensure that I'm able to survive more attacks upon my keep. So I go along with the 50, 30, 20 rule that Red Ebony Akka came up with for your percentages. I do the 50% on my highest number, my highest O level. Some do it on your T12 or your T12 or T13. I just found it. I get better results and I can hit bigger keeps this way. And the reason I'm at 5,000 instead of 1,000 for my level amounts is I was listening to an RSP or a VIG webinar on Discord. And they were talking about how once you reach a certain level within Ebony, keep-wise, the 1,000 troop levels just do not help as much as like a 5,000 troop levels do. And being now I have over 3 million rally sizes on the most part, or close to 3,000 rallies for attacks. 5,000 troops for all of my layers really doesn't come up to much. So that is my range. Here is my ground. Same basic idea. 50, 30, 10. Then I have my mounted. Oh, I'm sorry, for my ground. I have Forkbeard and Suchet. For mounted, currently I have Napoleon Prime and Sun Shi. Unfortunately, Napoleon Prime ended up being a bad choice to start to ascend because Ebony has decided to discontinue him. So I'll show you in a minute where I'm at on the ascension of Napoleon. Then this one is my T13 monster grouping. This is my T11 bomb. And this is my big siege. Okay, so my generals. Actually, what I will do is I will go over my generals on the next video.